On November 7th, 2007, a school shooting occurred at Jokela High School in the town of Jokela. It left 8 people dead, as well as the shooter, Pekka Auvinen. Auvinen, retrospectively named the YouTube Killer, was born in Jokela, Finland on June 4th, 1989. When Auvinen started attending Jokela High School, it was reported that he was the victim of extreme bullying, which probably had a negative effect on his mental health. His parents tried to get help from a psychiatrist due to his anxiety and depression, but they weren't successful, as the doctor figured that Auvinen's conditions were mild, and as such, didn't take them seriously. Auvinen also had a YouTube channel in which he would discuss his hatred for the world and everyone who inhabited it, also making videos bashing various religions and him shooting guns in the woods. Here is just one of his videos.
Religion is faith. Faith is not science and is not based on facts. Faith enslaves weak-minded masses as delusional slaves. Ancient Greece, Romans, or Persian gods, all the Hindu gods, and even the god of Abrahamic religion, all of them are created by humans. These gods do exist, but only in the mind of delusional, religious people, not in the real world. Holy Bible, holy crap, is great entertainment, comedy, tragedy, action, fiction, horror, drama, and much more, all wrapped up in one book. Perfect supernatural being, God, creates unperfect humans as his own image. What a humilious God really is. If there is really an almighty God, what for he needs worshippers that he even himself created? To satisfy the eternal narcissism? All you religious people, Christians, Muslims, Jews, Hindus, Buddhists, Jehovah's Witnesses, Mormons, or any other religious people, you are worshipping wrong and fictional gods. The real God is sitting right here, talking to you. I am the God and the Antichrist of my own life. Fuck religion, fuck their beliefs, fuck their prophets, fuck their spirits, and fuck their God.
Auvinen also wrote a manifesto. This is what he said in a portion of it. Hate. I'm so full of it, and I love it. That is one thing I really love. Some time ago, I used to believe in humanity, and I wanted to live a long and happy life. But then I woke up. I started to think deeper and realize things. But it was not easy to become existential. Knowing as much as I know has made me unhappy, frustrated, and angry. I just can't be happy in the society or the reality I live in. Due to long process of existential thinking, observing the society I live and some other things happening in my life, I have come to the point where I feel nothing but hate against humanity and the human race. Life is just a meaningless coincidence, result of long process of evolution and many several factors, causes and effects. However, life is also something that an individual wants and determines it to be, and I'm the dictator and god of my own life. And me, I have chosen my way. I am prepared to fight and die for my cause. I, as a natural selector, will eliminate all who I see unfit, disgraces of human race and failures of natural selection. You might ask yourselves, why did I do this? And what do I want? Well, most of you are too arrogant and close-minded to understand. You will probably say that I am insane, crazy, a psychopath, a criminal, or crap like that. No, the truth is that I am just an animal, a human, an individual, a dissident. I have had enough. I don't want to be a part of this fucked up society. Like some other wise people have said in the past, the human race is not worth fighting for or saving, only worth killing. But when my enemies will run and hide in fear of mentioning my name, when the gangsters of the corrupted governments have been shot in the streets, when the rule of idiocy and the democratic system has been replaced with justice, when intelligent people are finally free and rule the society instead of the idiocratic rule of majority, in that great day of deliverance you will know what I want. Long live the revolution against the system, which enslaves not only the majority of weak-minded masses, but also the small minority of strong-minded and intelligent individuals. If we want to live in a different world, we must act. We must rise against the enslaving, the corrupted, and overthrow the tyrants, gangsters, and the rules of the idiocracy. I can't alone change much, but hopefully my actions will inspire all the intelligent people of the world and start some sort of revolution against the current systems. The system discriminating naturality and justice is my enemy. The people living in the world of delusion and supporting this system are my enemies. I am ready to die for a cause I know is right, just and true. Even if I would lose or the battle would only be remembered as evil, I would rather fight and die than live a long and unhappy life. And remember that this is my war, my ideas, and my plans. Don't blame anyone else for my actions than myself. Don't blame my parents or my friends. I told nobody about my plans, and I always kept them inside my mind only. Don't blame the movies I see, the music I hear, the games I play, or the books I read. No, they had nothing to do with this. This is my war. One-man war against humanity, governments, and weak-minded masses of the world. No mercy for the scum of the earth. Humanity is overrated. It's time to put natural selection and survival of the fittest back on tracks. A few weeks before the shooting, Auvinen uploaded an unnerving video to his channel. It showed a picture of the Finnish high school, but then transitioned to a still image of him holding a gun. It seemed to be a foreshadowing for the attack. At approximately 11:40 a.m. on November 7th, 2007, Auvinen entered the school's ground floor main hallway at Jokela High School, having missed his first lesson. He encountered a student in the corridor and killed him at 11:42, then moved to the lavatories. Soon after, other students found the victim's body, but assumed he was rendered unconscious from a bump to his head. Other students heard the sound of gunshots but did not recognize them. At the lavatories, Auvinen fatally shot 2 more students, prompting the school nurse to call emergency services. After shooting and killing a student outside of the lavatory, Auvinen ran after the nurse, caught up to her, and fatally shot her and another student at 11:46. At 11:47, the principal of the school, Helena Kalmi, was alerted to the shooting by the deputy head teacher. She immediately ordered all students and teachers via the PA system to barricade themselves inside their classrooms. After this, Auvinen began shouting and firing randomly, discharging his gun a total of 53 times in the corridors. At one point, he encountered the mother of a student as she was entering the school, but spared her. He then attempted to enter a classroom, shooting 3 times through the barricaded door and hitting a student in the toe. Auvinen then travelled to the school's 2nd floor and found 2 students sitting on a bench in the corridor. While one student escaped him uninjured, the other was shot and subsequently killed. Auvinen then began pouring 2-stroke engine fuel, gasoline and oil mixture on corridor walls and floors, but he was not able to ignite the fuel. He then went to the school canteen on the 1st floor and tried to enter it, but the sliding glass doors were locked. After demanding to be let in, he fired through the glass, hitting some chairs inside. People hiding in the canteen were able to escape through the other side of the room and hid in the rooms behind the kitchen. No one was hit in the canteen. At 11:54, Calmy left the school with the education welfare officer and stopped between the building and a nearby pond to talk on the telephone. The education welfare officer went on ahead to the car park to guide rescue vehicles into the area. Auvinen emerged from the school, cursing, and encountered Calmy, who tried to convince him to surrender. At 11:57, he shot her 7 times in front of a group of students in the schoolyard, fatally wounding her. Auvinen then re-entered the school, went back to the 1st floor, and began walking around, knocking on classroom doors. He then managed to enter an occupied comprehensive school classroom. Inside, he shouted orders at some of the students, proclaimed a revolution, and urged the students to destroy school property. Despite firing 2 shots at a television set in a window, Auvinen left the classroom without shooting anyone. A few minutes later, Auvinen spotted the first responding police officers and paramedics converging at the area of the inner court. He fired a shot at them through a window, but the bullet failed to penetrate the glass. At 12:04, he took another position near the main entrance and fired 2 more shots at police officers who tried to approach and negotiate with him. No officers were hit. Soon afterwards, Auvinen walked into the corridor next to the canteen and shot himself in the head, ending the shooting. He was found and taken to Tuolo Hospital of the Helsinki University Central Hospital at 2:45, where he died at 10:15 p.m. from the gunshot wound. The victims all sustained multiple injuries to the upper body and head. 10 months later, on September 23, 2008, one of Auvinen's friends named Matti Saari committed a similar school shooting to the one his sadistic friend had done almost a year previously. Saari shot and killed 10 people, burned their bodies so badly that they couldn't be identified for a few days, and then shot himself in the head, which killed him a few hours later. It seems like the heinous acts committed by Pekka Auvinen really did become an inspiration for some people.